Okay, now last video for the day, I want to focus on going the other direction. What if you have something that you already know is in radians, but you want to convert it to degrees? So let's say, for example, maybe something like pi over 12 radians, and you want to get it in degrees. Same idea applies with our unit conversions. We have our idea in radians right now. And I'm actually going to move this so that it's on top of the fraction, because your unit, unless it says otherwise that you're underneath, you should be on the top of the fraction anytime the unit's just off to the side. And we're going to multiply it by our conversion factor. But this time we don't want to have degrees on the bottom because we want the radians to cancel. So we're going to put the radians on bottom and the degrees on top this time. But once you have those together, we're going to use the same numbers as before. Still 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. And we're going to go through and multiply, divide, whatever it takes. We can see here your radians will cancel, your pi's will cancel, and that we're going to have 180 divided by 12, which 12 conveniently does go into 180 an even number of times, or a whole number of times, I should say. What we'll get out of this is that this will be equal to 15 degrees. Pi over 12 radians is going to equal 15 degrees. I'm going to do just one more for you, and then your assignment will be just to practice these. So for my next problem, I'm going to take 9 pi over 10 radians, and I want to convert that to degrees. So again, radians go on bottom, so my radians will cancel. The unit I want goes on top. After I put in the unit, then I like to put in the numbers that go with them. My favorite part of math is then canceling out as much as I can possibly cancel. And this trick here with the cross canceling, I know I have seen that most of you don't necessarily use this trick. That's okay. We can always multiply first and then divide. I just was taught a little bit differently back in the day, and it's the way that I feel most comfortable with, because I prefer, there we go, I prefer to make my numbers smaller just in case I don't have a calculator on me. So if you look at what's left, all I'm left with right now is 9 times 18, and then my unit degrees. And if you multiply 9 times 18, you get 162 degrees out of that. Okay, so for your homework today, and this homework is going to be due on the basically 3 days from the day I put this video up or make this available to you. Let's see, I'm putting this up on Tuesday, so it's going to be due on Friday by midnight. I just want you to practice with these unit conversions back and forth. On Thursday, we're going to start delving into the unit circle itself. And I've got an activity for you with that. But for today, let's just practice with the math. You are welcome and encouraged, in fact, to use a calculator. You didn't see me use a calculator here, but when I was writing out my notes, I definitely had a calculator because I didn't know how to do all of these in my head. And I am going to give you the answers to the problems, which means, of course, the answers are not the thing I'm going to look at. What I'm going to be looking for from you is the work. I want to see that you are setting up your unit conversions and that you're practicing with that. Again, this skill here with unit conversions is going to be helpful in your math classes and most of your science classes, or at least half your science classes. Like I said, the chemistries and physics, we use it a lot there. And it's a skill that you definitely need to have for college. So let's just take the moment to practice writing it out. Once you get more comfortable with it, if you don't write it out on every problem, that's okay. And I think that's everything for the day. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you need anything, you may have seen the email that went out that said my office hours will be from 11 to 1 every school day. What that means is that I will be available at my computer during those hours. Right now, what I'm planning on is that I will set up a Canvas conference so we can video chat or just voice chat over Canvas. I also will be at my email, and I'll be checking anything you send to me from Canvas or email, whatever works. And so if you're having any problems with any of the homework, any of these assignments, or if you have feedback, like I said, did you cover special triangles in any of your previous math classes? I will be available on all of those methods for you. I appreciate your patience with not just me, but with all your teachers. I'm a little bit better hooked up at home for this sort of teaching, but I know many of your teachers are not, and I know even though I have this, it's not necessarily technologies I've used before. So this will be a learning experience for all of us. If you have any suggestions for me, I would love to hear them, because there are some of these technologies I know that you know a lot better than I do. But that's really it. So just be safe, be smart, stay home as much as you can. I know it's driving a lot of people up the wall. My husband's been going crazy, but it really is what is needed right now. And I am more than happy. I'll work with you from a distance, and we'll get you through so that not only will you finish this year, but that you're going to be prepared for your classes that come next, especially the college math classes. We'll get a little more one-on-one time. Oh, one more thing. I'm not necessarily prepared to roll this out, but I want it to be something you're thinking about. I know that many of the ACT days that are coming up are going to be postponed. The ACT, AIMS, the state, they'll deal with that, and they'll make sure that you still have the opportunity to work on the ACT. Because of the free time that we're going to have, just with the way we're shifting how school works right now, I would like to open up to anybody who is interested some ACT prep time. So I'm still gathering materials for that. If you have taken an ACT test or practice test at any time, go find it, be ready to share that with me, and we can either set up conference time with individuals or with groups. I don't know how I want to do this. I want to hear back from you how you'd like to do this, but we can set up time for me to work with you on how to improve especially your math portion of the ACT. I can also help with science, and I can really help with the whole test, but math is the part that I really want to focus on with you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, starting tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., I will be at my computer that entire time. I also will be on my computer off and on at other times, but that won't necessarily be a scheduled thing. So again, just be safe, be smart. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you over these next couple days. We'll see. See ya.